Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSG81 and today we'll take a look at this not so new Robocop, the Robocop Murphy head damage versions from Mafex. Yes, this is one piece that I thought that I'll be giving up for because I already have the regular version, which is a clean version, so I don't think that I need a better damage because that one also comes with interchangeable better damage chest plate. But once again, this is on a big discount. They call it a bargain item in Hobby Search, if I'm not wrong. Yes, back to this one here. Of course, this is from the first movie. It's a lot more iconic. This is towards the end of the movie, looking very good as the box. I think this is very much the same as the first box that we gotten, the regular versions. Very nice. I just like to use these pictures here. Inside the box we can see a very cool looking battle damage Robocop, as well as this other side whereby he's holding on to the baby foods bottle. And the back of the box is always my favorite. You can see all the accessory that it comes with and all the cool poses, and I just remember it is actually from MGM. You can also see the Orion Pictures Corporation, which is what is appearing in the movie. Yep, so let's get him out. Okay, so this is the Better Damage Robocop 1 right out of the box, and the moment that I took him out, I'm very impressed with all the artworks, which we'll go through later. But at the meantime, I would like to point out that I just kind of disappointed because it has a very loose leg. When I took him out, basically this leg just kind of like flipping on me. Yeah, it's not as tight as the left leg. As you can see, this is taking some efforts to move it, but this one just feels a little bit loose. So we'll go through that during the articulations, and let's take a look at the body. Oh my goodness, we'll take a look at all the amazing damages. I'm always a big fan of battle damage because it just feels like it added more realisms to the action figures. Yeah, you can see, wow, all the pains and all the damages, and this one is, yeah, I think they really make it go in. Yeah, the metal parts really feels very good. It's not just painted on it, it literally, yeah, it was painted in. Yeah, and these parts here are actually, yeah, damaged. They are actually molding it, not just a paint work. And all these scratches here, very detailed. My goodness, there's no damages on this part. It's rather clean, and the legs, you can see, wow, and there are even some blue dripping oil coming out from his leg. Yeah, I can see some blue. Those are not his blood, I think some oil there. Yeah, very nice. Okay, the damage, oh, there's even a scratch here. Wow. Okay, there are a lot of dent. Yeah, you can see these damages, torn part. And yeah, wow, this part here is amazing. You can see is the armor literally almost broke into two. Very detailed indeed, very detailed. They didn't like just do the front without doing the back. They also pay a lot of attention to the back. You can see this rusted what they call liquid that's coming out from it. Yeah, wow, the damage are really amazing. I mean, they really pay attention to the details. And let's take a look at his face, which I believe is looking, wow, the likeness is there. This is amazing. Wow, this really puts some of the custom head of Murphy into out of business. Yeah, this is like, I mean, you don't have to buy custom. This is just the stock head. Very nice. I just love how the skin really, like, you know, attached to the metal parts. Very impressive, I would say. My goodness, this is good. This is good. Wow. Now let's move on to the articulations. I will start with the head as always, so he can look to the right. Oops, sorry about that. Somehow his head just popped off when I tried to move it. Oh, Okay, so he can look to the right. Not so much actually. Yeah, I think you have to move together with the neck is a separate piece, as you can see, but I can't really turn much. Yeah, somehow this piece here is actually blocking the way, and when I put on the head, yeah, there's also some blockage. I think this portion, it actually hinders it to go all the way to the left or to the right. Yeah, so you can just look slightly. That's pretty bad. Okay, looking up, let's see. Yeah, looking up is pretty good. Looking down, once again, just very slightly. This is looking straight. Looking down is just very slightly. And the hands go 360 degrees. There's a huge butterfly joint inside. Yep. And of course there is no cuts for the shivels, so there's no arm shivels. And there is a double joint elbow, which is pretty good. And let's see if you can move this portion. Nope, but you can still move his hand around, going up and down. Okay, as for his torso, yeah, there are 2 points of articulation. The first point right over here, so you can see move very freely. The second one is on his waist, again also is moved very freely. Let's see if you can do a bend forward, which I believe is just very minimal. Okay, bending backwards is also very minimal. And for his leg, this one is a bit loose, so you can move freely. There is no cuts, so there is no tight shivels, but you can still pull down. Can see that? Yep, so with his leg pull down, let's see how much he can go. Wow, slightly more than 90 degrees. Going backwards will be about the same, slightly more than 90 degrees. But if I were to pop it back in, let's see how well. Okay, it's about the same as well. Okay, so it makes no difference. Okay, you can still do a little bit of shivels. And for his leg, there is a single, yeah, it's just a single joint knee. Yeah, just a single one. Can go just about 90 degrees or lesser. Okay, so for his leg, of course, you can move around. Be very careful about this portion here because it's connected to it. And there are toe hinges as well. Okay, so now let's see with the leg being pulled down, how well he can do a split, which I believe is very minimal because of these 2 pieces here hindering it. Yeah, so it's just like this. Of course, if you want to move it up, let's see. It's not entirely a split as well, but it's okay. This is Robocop. Don't need to do any dynamic poses. Yep, so the disappointing part is the head. Yeah, it can't really look all the way. Yeah, kind of rigid, as you can see. I think the original ones with the mask on might not have this problem. Yeah, this one is rather restricted here. Okay, so next we'll check out the accessory that it comes with. I'll start with the hand as always. So it does comes with a pair of open palm hand that is already on the figure, a pair of closed fist hands, a right gun trigger hand as well as a left pointing hands, another right hands for holding on to the baby food bottles, as well as another right hands for these very sharp weapons of his. And it is actually covered with some blood stain. And lastly, another gun trigger right hands for his big weapon, which I'll show you guys later. And next we have his handgun right over here, which I believe is the exact same one that they give for the regular Robocop, as well as these shooting effects for his handgun, and also this interchangeable tights part for him to retrieve his gun. And the battle damage does looks very good as well. 3 bottles of baby food, which looks kind of details over here.
I brought you some food.
And last but not least, we have this big weapon that I mentioned about, is the Cobra Assault Cannon. Yeah, looking very cool. This is the weapons that he used to shoot at 209, if I'm not wrong, during the last scenes. And it also comes with this stand, which you can actually interchange. Just remove these portions, yes, and then just put this portion back in. Yes, this is looking very cool indeed. Yes, so this is everything that this Robocop comes with. Of course, it doesn't come with his helmet because he's already battle damaged at this state in the movie. Yeah, so I just love this gun here, and the baby foot is pretty neat. Do click on the likes button if you enjoy the review. Thank you. Now for the size comparison, I'd like to start off with some SH figures. I have the regular size, the Amazing Spider-Man, as well as a slightly bigger size Venom, and they are both from the SH figures. And as we'll check out some Marvel Legends, I have this classic Captain America, as well as this Iron Man. Wow, I think he scaled pretty well with the Marvel Legends. And next we'll compare with some Mafex. I do have the Terminator 2 T800 and also this Terminator 2, the Battle Damage T800. And next let's compare with some Jedi toys. I have the Can right over here, as well as the Violent Can. Okay. Next we'll compare with some city toys. I have this Symbiote Spider-Man, as well as this adult Miles Morales. And lastly, of course, I'll compare him back with the Mafex Robocop 1 and Mafex Robocop 2. Okay, they look great together. Right now, I'd like to do some comparisons with the Robocop 1 that we've seen earlier on. This is the battle damage that we have. So earlier on, I actually mentioned that why do we need to get this battle damage, because the regular Robocop does have a battle damage interchangeable part, which is what you are looking at now, the damage helmet and this one. But as you can see, it is an entirely different figure altogether. Even the base of the paint is different. It's no longer shiny, no longer silver bluish. This is more like a very worn down paints. And yes, you can see the battle damage is more extensive. Yeah, even though some of the parts like here is a bit similar, but other than that is a lot more. Even the arms, as you can see, for this one here, the new one does have a lot more damages. This one still looks very clean. Yeah, and for the legs as well, and even the back, you can see a lot more damages. So if you're a big fans of battle damage, yeah, I think you really need to get this one here. Okay, so for my final verdict, I would say that this Robocop is a must-have for those of you guys who are big fans of the Robocop movie, especially for the Robocop 1. Yeah, this is entirely different from the regular version. Even if you already have the regular version, as you can see, it's a big difference. So this guy is still a good to be added on into your Robocop collections. But if you're not a big fan of battle damage, I would think that you can skip this one here. But do remember that this Robocop does comes with an must-hate. So yes, I do hope that you enjoy my review, and I certainly hope that it helps you to decide if you should get this Robocop, and I'll catch you guys again in my next video. Do watch this video right over here. Thank you for your cooperations.